Hey kids, how are you? Are you guys ready for another Kid Life midweek Bible study? Come on, are you ready? Great. Up on your feet, let's sing a song, count it down. Here we go.
What makes you want to say, I quit? Is it one more page of fractions making numbers soup in your brain? One more time dad says no to getting your own phone? Maybe one more PE class where you get picked last for a team? One more time your sister starts the fight and mom blames you? One more broken promise? One more dropped lunch tray? When tough things pile up, it is easy to give in and quit trying. But truth is, you were never meant to push through on your own strength. God knows every single hard thing you're walking through. God knows every moment that feels like just too much. And God offers to carry those heavy burdens with you. When you take one step and another, you find that God can plant seeds of hope inside. Call it nerve, backbone, spirit, pluck, tenacity, grit. Each time you give it another try, when you sit down to study again, or head back out to the practice field, or choose a good attitude instead of slamming the door, you build the muscles to push through. You rest in knowing that God holds the end of your story. God will give you the power to keep going. As you refuse to give up when life gets hard, others can see God at work in you. That's why grit is an amazing way to worship God with your life, because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
Everything keeps telling me to quit and not go where I'm going. But I'm never ever gonna stop, and there's no signs of slowing. Ooh, now I'm moving backward. Ooh, I'm moving forward. 'Cause you give me the power to never give up. You give me your power when it's more than enough. I made my decision, quitting's not an option. No matter how hard it gets, I know I'm in, 'cause you give me the power. I'm committed to your plan, so I'll follow all of my days.
climb.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
I really appreciate you changing this light bulb for me.
It's a good thing you brought in a professional to do this.
Yeah.
I love you, Mama. All right. Righty, tighty, lefty, something. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ah! Ah! Ow! Brandon, a little help? Please. Hello, everybody. I'm Lawson.
And I'm Brandon.
And you're watching The So-and-So Show.
We have got an incredible show for you today with a very special guest.
That's right, Brandon. It's time to welcome someone who knows stuff.
Hey, oh, so good to see you again, Charmaine.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
Of course, you need no introduction, but just in case, please tell the audience who you are and what you know.
My name is Charmaine, and I'm a singer.
Could you give us a little bit of your history?
Well, sure. I started off as a background singer, but then I decided to start writing music of my own, and I had a little hit song.
A little hit song. It was huge. It played everywhere around here.
Would you, now, we hate to put you on the spot, but do you think you could maybe sing a little bit of it for us?
Why not?
Oh, this is great.
I love this song.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, yeah. I fly way up high, I break into the sky. You ask me how, and I just cannot lie. You never know, and I just can't deny. I cannot stop, I have to see it all. I cannot stop, I have to see it all.
Incredible.
To see it so close.
Oh, it's not that big a deal,
Not
guys.
a big deal. It was a huge hit.
It's huge. Yeah, hey, what have you been up to since the song came out?
Well, I've been working on new music, and you have no idea how hard it is to write a second hit song.
Well, do you want to try some on us?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, cool.
Here's the one I was working on today.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah,
Minor tone.
yeah. I dropped my ice cream on the ground. My coat is still in the lost and found. I don't know what the next word is, but it's something, something, yeah.
That was. There is a song
I mean,
there.
I think it
Well, you're not that into it, are you?
no, it's not that.
I just think that maybe.
there's
Well,
a-
then
instead of
it's
this
okay. I
diminished
get it.
third-
Oh, how about
wait.
this one? This is good.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where?
What?
Where?
Where?
Yeah.
Don't know where I left my peanut butter. Don't know where I left my peanut butter. Don't know where I left my peanut butter. It's gotta be somewhere in the kitchen, right? Don't know where I left my peanut butter. All I wanted was a PB&J. Don't know where I left my peanut butter. No?
I mean,
What about this one? Yes.
Okay.
all right.
Okay. Yeah.
You gotta go.
There's a toad that lives in my pond outside. If he were a giant, and on his back I'd ride. What about this one? This is the one. boop, beep, 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 beep. Computers. Computers. Beep, beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. Computers. Computers. Beep, beep, boop, beep. Well, that's all I've been working on so far.
That's all? Oh no!
What? Oh no.
Charmaine, I'm worried for you. I like you so much and think that you're so talented, and I wouldn't want you to be a one-hit wonder.
That was dramatic. Listen, here's the thing. I feel extremely lucky to have had one hit. You know how many artists work their entire lives and never have that kind of response? It's incredible.
It really is. People love it.
But I can't predict the future. No one can. All I can do is keep making music and hope I write something else that connects with people.
So you aren't worried?
Worried?
Yeah.
No, I got into music because I have a song inside of me that has to get out. I was happy when I was a backup singer, and I'm happy now on my own.
But what are you gonna do if your next song isn't a hit?
Write another one.
But what about the one after that?
Write another one.
And the one after that?
Write another one. This job is hard. And if you want to be successful, you can't let tough times get you down. You gotta hold on. Refuse to give up.
That's really inspirational, Charmaine.
Yeah, I think I may have inspired myself. Hold on. Keep trying. You're gonna make it through. I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Bye. Hold on.
Wow, she really is amazing.
Yeah, she is. Hey, you think we could do that? Like, I mean, write a hit song?
Oh, well, I could for sure.
Okay. Show me. I want to see this.
All right.
Yeah.
Hit it. Boom, boom, boom. I love chewing gum. Won't you give me some chewing gum? I love you. 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 I love you.
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey guys, listen, unfortunately something has come up and I can't be with you all today, but don't worry, everything's fine. And I don't want to leave you all high and dry. So I asked my good friend Cameron and he's gonna take over for me today. All right? Take it away, Cameron.
Hey fellas.
We're trying to write a hit song and it's really hard. Any advice?
Sure. Write about what you know.
Great. Donuts. They're round and they're also delicious. Too bad they're not nutritious. I ran out of breath, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about Joseph.
Ooh, awesome. Joseph, Mary, baby Jesus. I love this story. Wait, is it Christmas? I didn't get you a present.
No, actually, different Joseph. This Joseph is from the Old Testament.
Okay.
Joseph was one of 12 sons of Jacob. Joseph was Jacob's favorite son, which naturally made Joseph's brothers jealous.
That's right, and so much more.
What was that?
We're going to learn all about Joseph on today's episode of Make It to the Top. Welcome to Make It to the Top, a game show where our contestants have to climb the mountain we call life to see if they can make it to the top. I'm your host, Vanna Velmont, and today our contestant is Joseph. How are you, Joseph?
I'm great, thanks, Vanna.
Yeah. Okay, so Old Testament Joseph's on a game show. Could be fun.
So, you were your dad's favorite son out of 12? Pretty impressive.
I know. Dad showed everyone I was his favorite by giving me a coat of many colors.
Whoa, looks like you're on your way up.
It's true. Things were looking pretty good for Joseph. His future was very bright. He even had dreams of what his future might look like.
Tell us about your dreams, Joseph.
Well, I dreamed that my brothers and I were tying bunches of grain out in the field. Suddenly, my grain stood up straight, and their grain all gathered around mine and bowed down to it.
So, wait, you were like the 11th son, so that means that 10 of your brothers were older than you. Whoa. And you dreamt that they all bowed down to you?
Yeah, and I had another dream. The sun and moon and 11 stars all bowed to me.
What a bright future. You're gonna make it to the top of this mountain in no time.
Joseph was having a wonderful life. But like I said, Joseph's brothers were jealous of him. And it wasn't long before they came up with a plan. When Jacob sent Joseph out to the fields to see his brothers, they were waiting for him.
So you went to see your brothers?
Yeah, I just wanted to see how they were doing and see how the flocks were doing. I was just walking along, not a care in the world. Then I found my brothers, and they weren't too happy to see me. They took my robe. Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know.
Then they threw me down a well. And then they sold me to some slave traders and told my father I was eaten by a wild animal.
A tough one for sure. Joseph was sold to a man named Potiphar, one of the Egyptian king, Pharaoh's officials. But get this, even though Joseph was enslaved and far from home, the Lord was with Joseph.
Joseph, you fell pretty far. I'm so sorry. How about tell us about your time with Potiphar?
Well, actually, I did okay. Potiphar really liked me. He put me in charge of his house and everything he owned.
You're headed back in the right direction. Keep on climbing.
But then, Potiphar's wife asked me to betray him, and I wouldn't do it. So she convinced Potiphar to throw me in prison.
Yup. Joseph was thrown in prison for something he didn't do. But look at this. While Joseph was there in prison, the Lord was with him.
Prison, that's a tough situation.
Yeah, it was tough. And unfair, but you know what? The man running the prison trusted me and put me in charge of all the other prisoners.
Two of those prisoners were special, weren't they?
Yeah. The Pharaoh's personal wine taster and baker were in prison too. And I helped them out, especially when they had dreams that they didn't understand. You see, God sometimes helps me know what dreams mean.
So, what did the dreams mean?
Well, the wine taster dreamed that he was going to, in 3 days, be released from prison, and the Pharaoh was going to give him his job back. I told him to put in a good word to the Pharaoh for me.
Whoa, a direct connection to the king of Egypt? You're on your way up. So, did the wine taster remember to tell Pharaoh about you?
No, he forgot, and I had to remain in prison.
You're not very good at this game.
Well, it's not just a game to me. It's my life. And sure, things don't always go the way I expect, but God has always been with me. God was with me when I was in the well. God was with me when I was enslaved in Egypt, even in prison. So I'm going to hold on, knowing that no matter what the future holds, God will always be right there.
Yes!
Amazing, you did it!
Yeah, I didn't really do anything, but yay!
I'd like to thank our contestant Joseph, who, with God's help, kept climbing. Thanks for watching. Make it to the top!
What happened to Joseph was scary and unfair, but his story doesn't end in prison. We'll hear more about Joseph next time.
Oh, cool, a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And Joseph just kept going, didn't he?
He did. Remember, Joseph wasn't alone. God was with Joseph no matter what he was going through. Just like God is with you and me. All of us will go through our ups and downs in life. And sometimes we just have to hold on and believe that God is there with us.
Really great story, my friend.
No problem. See you next time.
Cameron tells stories that are really, really great. Better than a donut on a big ol' plate. Yeah, that's gonna be huge.
Reveal the question.
Today's question is, what helps people get through hard things?
Let's see, talking to friends, family, maybe even a counselor or a grown-up you trust.
And you can talk to God when you're going through something hard.
People can get through hard things by taking their mind off the problem, reading a book, playing a game.
Or writing a song.
Donut. All right, however you deal with hard times, know that they don't last forever.
And know that God is with you.
You know, another thing that won't last forever? This show. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Hold on. We'll be there.
Yeah. Or we'll be square.
Or we'll be a donut.
Yeah.
Donut.
Okay.
Fly way up high, I break into the sky. You ask me how, and I just cannot lie. You'll never know, and I will not deny. I cannot stop.
Okay, so we're learning about grit, refusing to give up when life gets hard. So in today's story, who had to trust, who had to choose to trust, even though they didn't know where they would end up? Who had to choose to trust, even though they didn't know where they would end up? Yeah, Joseph. Now, what bad things happened to Joseph? What bad things happened to Joseph? Well, yeah, his brothers threw him in a well, yeah. Yeah, they ripped off his beautiful robe and ripped it to shreds, yeah. Yep, sold him to a group of traders, yeah. Was put in jail for something he didn't do, lied about, yeah. There was a lot of bad things that happened to him, wasn't there? Yeah. Man, and we don't find anything in the story that he did wrong. Yeah, so if you had been Joseph, think about this. If you had been Joseph, would it be easy or difficult for you to trust God during those difficult circumstances? Would it be easy or difficult for you to trust God during those difficult circumstances? And why? Why would it be that way? Well, I'll be honest with you. For me, I think it would have been kind of hard to trust God because everything, even though I was doing the right thing, kept seeming to go wrong. And I don't know if my faith would have been as strong as Joseph's. I don't know if my grit would have been as good as his was, but thank goodness he kept going, right? He refused to give up even when it got hard. Let me ask you this. When is it difficult for you to hold on or to trust in God? When is it difficult for you to hold on or to trust in God? You know, I think sometimes for me as an adult, it's probably different than it is for you as children right now. But, you know, as I was coming up with these questions, I was trying to go back and remember when I was your age, what were some of the things that was kind of hard for me to trust God with. And, you know, as a kid growing up, my parents were divorced, and so Dad wasn't around, and my mom was disabled, and so she didn't have a job because she couldn't work, and so we didn't have a lot of money. We were pretty poor back then, and so even as a kid, like 9 or 10 years old, I was working at a grocery store and mowing lawns in the neighborhood and giving the money to my mom just to help pay bills. And I can remember as a kid thinking, man, are we going to keep the house? Are the lights going to stay on this month? Are we going to be able to have gas in the kitchen to cook on? You know, the gas stove, those kind of things. And I can just remember those concerns as a kid. And I felt the pressure then to work and make more money to help pay for those things rather than just trusting God to take care of it. And I don't know how your situations are, but let me just tell you, whether it's mom or dad are having a financially tough season right now, or whether you've started a new school and having a hard time making new friends, or if you're new to the area and having to start all over making new friends, trust God. It makes it a lot easier. Don't make it hard for yourself by trying to figure all those things out on your own. Just trust God. You know, I shared with you last week, if you were with us in Grace Kids, I have a little motto, and it's this: do your best and trust God with the rest. All I have to do to make life a lot easier for me is just learn to do my best and trust God with the rest. And so no matter what your situation is, just do your best, and that's all God asks. Trust Him with the rest. So what can you do to remind yourself that you can hold on because God's with you? What can you do to remind yourself to hold on because God is with you? Yeah, our memory verse. Good job. That is actually a very good way to remember that you can hold on because God's with you. But what are some other things? For me, I like to remember some past victories. Some times when things were tough and I remember how God came through. That always helps. I like to talk to other people and hear their stories of how God came through for them. There's several ways. I like to read stories in the Bible of how God came through for people that way, or listen to it on a podcast, or listen to it through a Bible app. Those are great things. But speaking of our memory verse, since you guys brought it up, it's Galatians 6:9. It says, "Let us not become tired of doing good. At the right time, we will gather a crop if we don't give up." And that's Galatians 6:9, nerves. So memorize that verse. Get it down up here and remember it when things get tough, so we'll have the grit and determination to just keep going on and not give up when life gets hard. Well, kids, that's all the time we've got for right now, but be sure and check back with us next week. I hope you can come hang out with us in Grace Kids this weekend, but if not, check us out online and let's keep up with this series of cliffhanger and learning about grit. You know the routine right now, though. Put your right hand up, high five. I'll see you soon. Have a great week.